many clubs should you have in your set? Common question we get asked here at Golf Shop Online. The standard basic answer really is 14, because that's what you're allowed. Why would you not carry the amount of clubs that you're allowed, just in case you get in a situation where you need a certain weapon to do a certain job? I mean, I've carried 13 clubs before because I feel like I've got enough clubs to do all the jobs that I've ever encountered, but I actually have 14 at the minute because I put a chipper in just to do something that other clubs can do that job, but I prefer what the chipper does. So 14 really, but lots of golfers find when they have a full set of clubs is that they just simply don't use all of them. And that is fine as well. What I notice as you do gap testing with more and more amateur golfers, if you're someone who has a medium to slower speed, so as you swing, you're not crazy fast, what lots of golfers find is when they get from, say, 7-iron upwards, so 6-iron, 5-iron, 4-iron, or into hybrids and fairway woods, then finish up on their driver, their teeing off club, is that they get bunches of clubs. They kind of start bunching up the same distance. So what's the point in carrying them? And I used to say to students, yeah, no point, take them out. So if you're thinking of getting a set of clubs, think about the ones that you do actually use. If you never hit your 6-iron, but you hit your 5-iron and you hit your 7-iron, don't get it. You don't need it. Don't waste the money on it. Good place, you need a good teeing off club. You've got to have something that you can send it as far down there as possible. So a driver ideally, something that you can get on with. You need a good driving club. Then you also need a putter and you need something to chip with. So if driver's at the top end, down at the bottom end, you're going to need, I've got a 50 here, I've got a 58 in my bag as well, degree wedge, and then I have a putter. Because where I need to drive the ball, I'm equally going to have to chip onto greens and over bunkers and hazards, those kind of things. And then the job really is just to fill in the gaps between those two. So wherever your driver ends up and wherever your wedges end up, you then need to just be filling in the gaps. And think of gaps as around 7 to 12 yards between each club. So if you have an 8-iron and a 7-iron that goes the same distance, they both go 140 yards, 130 yards, whatever it is, 100 yards, doesn't matter what it is, then take one out. You need the next one pushing on between 7 to 12 yards between each club. There'll be more golfers watching this video who could definitely have 3/4 sets, half sets, where they go, 2 wedges, a putter, and then a 9-iron, an 8-iron, 7-iron, then some kind of hybrid, some kind of fairway wood, some kind of driver, and that will fill all the gaps of the situations they get into on the golf course. If money is no object, you want to be the best player you can be, 14. Just have ones that you don't use that much, but you might use that the odd time. If you're playing for fun and you want to get good value for money for how much you put into your hobby, definitely think about having some gaps between your irons and think more about the kind of 7 to 12 yard rule between each club as a way of filling up your golf bag. Hope this helps. Great questions as always. Let's get you getting the best stuff. Well, you don't need to spend more than, we want you to spend loads, obviously, here at the Golf Shop Online, but let's just get you spending the right amount so you can get out there and have as much fun as possible.